Hey guys, so today I wanted to make some banana cake. So I'm just gonna go over the ingredients with you. Here we have 2 eggs that are beaten. We have a little over 2 cups of mashed bananas, and you want them ripe for that extra sweetness. We have a cup of brown sugar. In this little guy, we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We have 1 stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons or a half cup. And then we have 2 cups of flour. So in a smaller bowl where you have your 2 cups of flour, you then want to add your baking soda and salt and just get those all incorporated. And then you could put that to the side to move on to the next step. Okay, so in a larger bowl, you're gonna take your stick of butter and your 1 cup of brown sugar. And then with either a stand mixer or a hand blender or just by hand, you wanna get those nice and mixed together until you get a nice creamy texture. So as you can see, it's a nice creamy texture, and at that point you want to add in your eggs. And then blend that so it gets incorporated. And then I also like to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla and get that mixed in. And then now is the time that we're gonna add our banana. Ooh. And then also give that a mix. And then a little at a time, I would say half at a time, you'll add in your flour mixture. And you just want to gently fold it in so you're not letting too much air in. Whoop. And then you can add in the rest. And it's also good to have a spatula so you can scrape the sides and make sure you're getting everything blended in good. Alright, so when your mixture is all ready, it should look something like this. Mmm, smells delicious. And then to my banana bread, I also like to add a sprinkle of cinnamon, but this is optional. I just like cinnamon. And fold that in lightly. And then over here, I have 2/3 cup of brown sugar, 2/3 cup of flour, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you want to get this all mixed together. And I also have 4 tablespoons of butter, which I'm gonna melt. And you're gonna incorporate all those, and that's gonna be the crumble that you wanna sprinkle on top of the cake once you pour it into the pan, so you get a nice sugary crumble once it's baked. So I'll show you that when it's done. So once you add the melted butter to the mixture, it should look something like this, like little crumbs. And this is what you're gonna add on top of your banana cake mixture once it's in the pan. Alright, and just give it and make sure it's a nice mix. There we go. Boop. So here I have a pan. Usually I would use a bread pan, but like I said in my last video, times is rough and I ain't going out. So this is what I'm using. This one is a 11 by 7 inch pan, so it should work good. And you want to make sure your pan is greased, so it's easier to take your pieces when it's finished. Take your pieces out. And then we're gonna add our cake mixture. Scrape it all out of there. Then you just want to spread it across, make sure it's nice and even. And then this is where you would add the crumble that we made earlier. So it's a little easier just to do that by hand. So this is how it should look after you finish putting your delicious brown sugar crumble on top. And once your oven reaches 350 degrees, that's when you want to put it in, and you're going to leave it in for about an hour. But you do want to check it at about the 50-minute mark, just to make sure you don't overcook it or it may be ready early. And you can check it by putting a toothpick in, and once it comes out clean, then you're all set to go. Would you look at that deliciousness? And I checked it with my cute little cupcake pin, and it came out clean. So you just want to let that rest for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back to cut into it. But it smells delicious in here. And here we have the final finished product of my delicious banana cake recipe. Look at the crumble on top. Nice and gooey banana-ish-ness. Look at that. Probably won't last the night, guys. Alright, let's take a bite. Ooh, still warm and so delicious. Make it, eat it, love it.